Good day. My name is Andrey Senkovs. I'm a head of international development for the Magnum Estate. We're one of the largest development companies in Bali Island. Over here, I need to separate this into two different parts. The trend for the touristic destination started over 10 years ago. And right now, more and more famous people and the bloggers are coming to Bali, and they're promoting this place as it has a lot to offer. It has volcanoes, beautiful culture, nice people, ocean, a lot of very famous venues from all over the world. So this is what attracting people, and this trend continues, and we see how the touristic float is growing every year. And the second part is the trend for the investment. This started actually recently, and our company was one of those who helped this market to shape, as previously it was local developers who were building some property, and it was just few developers from outside the country. And right now we shaped it. We brought a little bit different product to this market. And right now it's much easier to invest in the real estate market. It has some beautiful properties to offer. And in the last 4 years, we did a lot of webinars. We are bringing developers, investors from all over the world, and they see that this is a very attractive market to invest now. Over here, I would say that 95% of people who investing in the real estate market in Bali, they are buying this as just a pure investment. Some of them, of course, want to combine it, and in the winter time, when it's cold in their home countries, they would like to come visit, stay in their own property, save money on staying in Bali. And the rest of the time, this property gonna bring them profits. So I would say mostly it's an investment. Just a small part of the investors actually purchasing property in Bali to move that, but they're looking, and every year this place is getting better and better, so more people are considering to live in Bali. Right now, I can say that Bali is a small island of 5.5 square kilometers, and the actual touristic part is just the 5% from the whole island. And this 5% is already developed for over 90%. So there is a very small amount of land to actually be developed, and there is not a lot of new big projects coming to Bali. This is making a big difference. If we're looking at other countries, other touristic destinations, for example, Dubai, a lot of people like to compare it with Dubai. Dubai can set up a new islands every second day. And if we're looking at, for example, Turkey, it has a huge coastline. In Bali, it's absolutely different. The price for land, which is left, it's growing really, really fast. So this makes it different. And not a lot of offers can be on the market, as demand is bigger than actually property offered on Bali Island. Not many people know that Indonesia is one of the most fast-growing economies in the world, and actually is taking the third place right now in terms of the economic growth. Inflation rate is close to 3%, which is one of the smallest numbers in the world at the moment. Plus, I would say that Bali and Indonesia in general is going to become the 5th largest economy in the next 10 years. So I believe that this is one of the safest places in the world at the moment, as political situation in Indonesia is beautiful comparing to the rest of the world, and Indonesia is not being involved in any political scandals or any political problems. So this is a really safe place, and the government is doing a lot of things to make it more attractive to the foreigner investors. Over here, I need to say that in Bali, you can purchase a freehold title only if you are local. If you're a foreigner, there are few ways how to purchase the freehold property, but at the moment, 99% of all the property is sold with a leasehold contract. And most of people around the world, they know what leasehold means, as it comes from the British law system. And for example, in England, people are buying property with a leasehold contract as well. So only difference is that you're owing this property not forever, you're owing it for the certain period of time, which can be up to 99 years. And if we're talking about why people are purchasing property, they are looking in the short or mid-term investment. 10, 15 years. You would definitely would not like to stay in a hotel which 25, 30 years old. So we are suggesting to our investors to invest now, as the trends are going from one place to another, and even in the areas in Bali as well, you know, it's moving from one place to another. So look at 10 years investment. And leasehold is the perfect contract, as it makes this property lower in the price than the freehold property, and it's much easier to do it from the side of the contracts and the law. Actually, it was like this for a long period of time. And it's not because the local construction companies would not like to learn something new and to go all with the new technologies. But the touristic float was so chaotic, and straight away it was necessary to build a lot of projects in the same time. So they just didn't have time to change themselves. For this reason, it was pretty low. You can find a lot of property which was built just recently, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and it's already mold on the walls, and it's pretty low quality. For this reason, we brought the biggest construction companies in Indonesia from the capital, from the Jakarta, and they know how to build a quality property over there. They're building skyscrapers and beautiful 5-star hotel facilities. So they know how to build. Only thing that not every developer would like to spend money for a good quality. We're changing this trend, and actually our company did a lot to set up the standards, and we see that a lot of development companies at the moment are following these standards, and it's a bigger competition right now in terms of the quality. Really big developer companies from around the world are not coming to Bali, and even Indonesian big developer companies from the different parts of Indonesia are not looking at the Bali market, as there is no reason to come for one project. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense from the business side. One of the reasons is that there is not enough land to build a lot of big, beautiful projects. As well, in Bali, you're not allowed to build the tall buildings, you're not allowed to build the skyscrapers. The maximum is 4 floors. Yeah, 15 meters height is the maximum in Bali. So there are some development companies who are already long time in this market, and most of them are making this structure. And some new developers are coming, but usually they are coming for the very small scale construction. Actually, there's 3 different types of property mostly. It's a townhouses, it's cheap to build, it takes a very small plot of land. Villas, it's another standard, and it's world famous. Everyone knows Bali, that it's a beautiful place where you can rent a villa. But again, years ago, it was villas built on huge plots of land, and right now prices for those property are extremely high. And we are taking the part of the market which was untouched, as most of the hotels in Bali were built pretty long time ago, 10, 15 years ago, and right now they are not in the same shape what they were when they were built. So we took the hotel type of property. We are building a big complexes with 150, 200 rooms, and we're building this for future as more and more tourists are coming and they don't have quality property to stay in. So we took what was untouched and no one did it before us. And right now we see that this is the max trend which came to Bali, and right now this is a very attractive property. Everyone was considering Bali as the place to come for 2 weeks holidays. It has a lot to offer. I already mentioned a lot of beautiful things about Bali, and actually it would take me an hours to describe all this beauty what Bali can offer. But right now it became a comfortable place to live as well. I'm staying there with my family and I'm sure that I have all the necessary things. The things what Bali needs is a good education and a good medical care, and we have it right now as the big projects are coming. There is a Mayo clinic in Sanur area. This is 41 hectare of the most fantastic medical infrastructure in whole Southeast Asia. It's a huge project in between Indonesian government, Korean, Japanese and American company Mayo Clinic. So we're gonna have a very good quality medicine. We have international schools and some of them are in a top rated ranks around the world. It's the Cambridge or Oxford schools being built in Bali right now. So it's a good education, it's a good medical care. There are some minuses, of course. More people are coming, so the traffic is getting busier and busier all the time. But the government has planned to change it, and recently we had a news that they're gonna build overground in Bali. So this is another great news. So big projects, like large-scale projects, are coming to Bali to make infrastructure more comfortable for the long-term stay. If you would like to enter Bali market, it's the right time now. Tomorrow it might be not late, but it will be definitely more expensive for you. As I already mentioned, that some areas, the price for land, for example, Canggu, the most world famous Canggu, the prices over there went around 1,000% in the less than 10 years. And it's more expensive to buy land, it's more expensive to develop. So the price is gonna go higher and higher, and because of that, the return gonna go lower and lower, and it's gonna go to the same world standard with 5-7%. At the moment, Bali is showing the biggest return of investment numbers in the world, and you can expect 12 to 15% income for having a property in Bali as the touristic float is growing. The average occupancy rate in Bali is around 80%, and it's one of few places in the world where there is no seasonality. It's all 365 days touristic season, It makes a huge difference comparing to the rest of the world.